Wafflestick, and welcome back to my Minecraft survival series here on the WayStone server. We are currently on Season 2, Episode 28. And I must say, this base has been one of my most favorite builds. I love doing work over here. I think this looks amazing. I mean, it's not necessarily that the building is amazing about it, it's just the colors and the brightness and the happiness of it just really come together for me. I just felt very happy in this build. But I'm going to go ahead and continue this project. Yes, we're going to be continuing it. I usually don't do this because I like to break things up and do other projects. But I wanted to do one more episode dedicated to it since I've had so much fun doing it last episode. But I think I need to meet up with Frimp. So let's go ahead and do that. So apparently Frimp has provided us with one of the greatest opportunities that I cannot pass up. He is willing to sell us 32 sponges, and he says there's an enchantment area at spawn, but I'm not totally sure where that is. It has changed quite a bit since I've been around. It looks like people have been doing some terraforming over here. But I'm trying to find Frimp. Oh, there he is. I see him. Okay, so this is an enchantment area, I suppose. Very interesting. Ah, I wonder who made this. Wow, isn't this cool? Then he's gonna... Oh, okay, they haven't put in the enchantment table yet, but we will be getting to that, I guess. Okay, Frimp, time to do some business. I am going to be putting down... All hell the floating cat. He's on the glass, that's funny. So, here's this for 32. All right, and I'm going to take this and thank you. Oh, all right, sweet. I'm glad we got some sponges. Now we can make use of these for our new aquatic mega base. You gotta love shulker boxes. I absolutely love them because we could just transport anything we need to. It's a real big game changer in Minecraft, I feel. We could just make a bunch of coal blocks because we had stored a bunch of coal inside of the shulker box. And what I need to do is go mining. I need to make a mining session trip very soon. May actually do it here in a second, do a time-lapse one. That way we can get some resources because we're getting fairly low on diamonds, and that's not necessarily a good thing. But we do have a bunch of coal blocks here that we can put into our smeltery. So this should divide it up evenly, and then we can go ahead and put our wet sponges into that so that they will dry out and we can use them to remove water. But something is occurring here. Something strange. Something strange in the neighborhood. What's this look like? Okay, I see what the problem was. Oh, leave it to me to do that. Beacon is in place and I'm just waiting for it to activate. There it goes. Got to put a piece of iron into that to get haste 2, and we are going to mine our brains out down here. I am going to do a very long session, and I'm hoping it's going to all come together quite nicely for us, because we are needing some diamonds. Well, let's take a look here. We do have haste 2. Yes, let's go ahead and get to mining, and hopefully get some good materials. Oh boy, that was a good mining session. We had a good time. That was very, very profitable. We have a lot of stuff in our little shulker box here. I had compressed it into blocks. But we are going to be mentioning how much we have in total. So we have 94 diamonds, which is awesome. That is absolutely amazing. 396 lapis. Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then 945 pieces of coal. We have 215 iron and gold, 59, thankfully. And then redstone. I think this one is probably the coolest. We have 1,684 pieces of redstone. I mean, do I even need redstone anymore? They'll probably last me for the rest of the season. And well, all these other blocks we could just leave behind. I have gathered a few other ones like gravel to make concrete block. But I really just want to get out of here, away from these creepers and all these bad guys, because, well, kind of dangerous down here with all this valuable stuff. Okay, so we are back over here at base, and I'm sitting here contemplating on doing a shulker box storage system. This was suggested to me by Fro down in the comment section last episode. He had put in a lot of good input, and I think the best thing that we could do is go into a redstone creative world and try to come up with a design, because I will be honest with you, I've never really done a shulker box storage system. It should be quite interesting, and having shulker boxes above water probably isn't the best thing, but we'll get around that, and we'll have ourselves a nice shulker box storage system. Alright, just a few more blocks, and I should have it here. Probably should go ahead and put a hopper here just to be safe about things. Okay, so this is the setup that I have right now. It's a very cool setup. I like it because, well, it's not like those cycle ones you see, and you don't know which shulker box you're going to get. I mean, it's kind of like a surprise every time, but this one, you select what shulker box you want, and then you hit the button, and it will come into the chest. So it's quite a simple thing. If we were to go over here to the redstone and drop our shulker box in there, it will save it into the storage bay, which is our dropper. And whenever you click the button, this is going to power the comparator. And because the comparator only powers a single block, it's only going to be powering this dropper. And let's hit this button. As you can see, it gets dispensed from the dropper and goes into our item elevator, into our chest, ready for use. We could take it out, and then once we go out and metal with some redstone, we can put it back into its little bay. From here, I'm going to try to do my desert one. Should have got dispensed by the dropper. We go over here, we see the desert themed shulker box, and we pick it up from our chest. And now we have ourselves a shulker storage system. Let's go ahead and bring this over to the WayStone. Our shulker storage system is looking pretty nice over here. I have to fix that block, because it really doesn't belong there, but I can't really figure out a way to attach it to the bay. And I'm not sure if it looks good floating or not. I may come up with something in the meantime, but right now I'm just going to leave it as it is. We still got to put in the item elevator, but everything else should be in place. I have used pretty much all the iron that I have mined, which is fine with me. I am totally fine using this for a build. Let's go ahead and pull this over like so. And now we have a little platform to access our buttons with. And I believe one more is needed. I think it was one block over here. Sweet. So let's just go ahead and pull this over like that. And I'm pretty sure we've got this all lined up now. Excellent. I'll be honest, I don't know how I done that. I mean, it looks a lot better than what it was looking. Only thing is, we've got those gray blocks there. They're kind of ruining the aesthetics of the column. But come to think of it, I don't know if our columns are going to be up that high or not. I mean, if we had the chest like right here, and then another one, well, we can't do it right there. We got to bring it down one. So having the chest right here with a half slab there, we could cut a block off of that. Oh yeah, okay, that's going to look pretty good, I think. Let's go down here and take a look. Yeah, it looks like an even column, and we can go ahead and put our glass in. And this will be a proper item elevator. We just got to put the clock in, and I think the design will be finished. And then we can go ahead and put our shulker boxes in there. So I had originally thought that I was going to do a clock down here, but this has changed into a manual output. So this manual output goes into the dropper, which manually powers it instead of the clock. So it may be kind of a cool idea, but we'd have to press 2 buttons for it to make it work. The only reason I had done this is because the blocks were going into the water if I did on the clock. Now don't ask me why, but I just did not want any of it going into the water. I think it looks a lot better when it's above it. But let's go ahead and give it a shot. So if we were to put a chest in here, this is going to be in the first slot, and we press this button, it's going to throw it in the droppers, or the hoppers into the dropper elevator. And now we just need to press this button to manually push it up. So we're going to manually power that dropper down there. And we have a torch, which was a last cycle. I had put that in there just not too long ago. Let's go ahead and give it another shot here. So that should be the chest pretty soon. For some reason, the way it's, I think it just powers too fast. I think that's what it's doing. It's powering too fast and it's not giving it enough time to drop. That's really strange. Am I doing this wrong? What am I doing wrong? I think we need to go down here and take a look at the redstone just to make sure everything's good, because I have a feeling that I probably messed up somewhere. Okay, so we have this dropper, which is going to be the first one. And then if we went down here, we would see what's in this dispenser, or this dropper. For some reason, is this getting a redstone output, this hopper, and it's not like activating or something? I have a feeling this could be a problem right here. Yeah, I think I know what the problem is, because whenever we do hit this here, it is powering this hopper so nothing can go into it once it is dispensed out of the item elevator. Oh, that's strange, isn't it? Let's go ahead and rearrange this redstone once again, and then go ahead and try to see if it's done anything. Time for the real test, guys. Time for the real test. Let's see. We got a black shulker box that we need to put in here. I'm just going to put it in any old random thing here. I'm going to think of it. Are all the hoppers lined up correctly right here? Okay, just making sure before I freak out and lose my shulker box. I don't know what this has in it. Just some old blocks that I had to use some other point in time. Let's go ahead and pitch it in one of these. Let's just throw it like right here. Well, that's not a shulker box. But let's go ahead and press this button. I think it was the one that it went into. Have this, and it should come back to us. Sweet. And right here, I'm just going to throw this one in. Well, there goes my black shulker box. Goodbye. Go ahead and press that button, and then we should press this one, and we should get our black shulker box back. So it looks like it works finally. I'm going to go back here and just show you what's going on. So we have this hopper system. The item elevator was the most fun part about it. I actually had a lot of fun trying to compact it enough so it didn't go underwater, and well, we still got some aesthetics going on there. I love that repeater look there too. And something else I want to just note before we do continue on with our next project on the other side, which is going to be revealed here shortly. I had done like some kind of circuit prongs onto the junk storage unit. So it looks like some kind of electric prongs hooking into it. I thought that looked pretty cool. Somewhat of like a CPU if you're a computer guy like me, or computer girl, however you want to say it. And so I have decided that I wanted to come back and do a very simple smelter in the creative world just to get things rolling, get our idea juices going. I got an iron block and some of these different things we use for the smeltery. But I want to credit Hey I'm Hungry and also Fro. They have suggested this. I had thought of it beforehand, but I thought I would go ahead and credit them. But this is what we have to work with. A very, very simple setup. It's a very manual system. I have all my coal blocks in here. It looks like all the stone has gotten done smelting. So we just need to put some other things in here to keep this going. Let's see, do we have some more cobblestone? I'm just needing a lot of stone, let's put it like that. But it's working just fine. I love this because this is going to make it much simpler when we want to do massive projects. Now, come to think of it, I think this design's a little bit flawed because I didn't put solid blocks here. Instead, I had put a hopper there, so if we were to turn off this side, then they will stop and feed into that furnace completely, which isn't really what I was looking at. But I think we can extend this a couple more blocks and it will be okay. And we can also stop on this side and the chest can fill into the hoppers and then you can just rotate them. But these are more just here for experimental things. I like to have little manual switches everywhere just in case I want my redstone contraptions to do something in particular. But I believe we need to take this to the WayStone and give it a shot. Let's go ahead and see if we can get it into our storage bay. Okay, so we're back here on the WayStone and I want to go ahead and mention a few things. We have the new circuits here, so I went with a full light blue concrete design just to give it a little bit more vibrance, and it just looks cooler. It looks more like a water cooling system now. Now we have a packed ice design going on in the middle. Toucans and I had dug a very long tunnel to an ice spikes biome. But this is causing new problems we will have to fix very soon, but I would really love those boots. Can I get those boots from you, please? Can I has your boots? No. Denied once again of my 50% off deal. But over here is a new bay I had done off camera. One of my oldest subscribers, Petska, had recommended that I do an X shape instead of the bridge. And I believe this is a very good idea. I mean, it is a great idea. I need to put also a glowstone there when I get the chance. Because, well, it fills in the area much more. And not only that, but it would just look really cool. Up here, I think this is an appropriate design for our storage bay, though. Because I wanted a linear design so that I can access my chests on either side. And the shulker and furnace system should work just as well. I mean, it should just work just as fine as the linear design of the storage system. But if we had something else here that wouldn't make use of a linear design, then we could do something above it. But let me go ahead and begin work on this auto smelting system, and we'll get to that stuff a little bit later on. Okay, so after a little bit of work, I had decided to stick with the solid block so that we could just stop it and we wouldn't have to worry about the hoppers leaking into these, which that one may be taking it. Not absolutely sure on that. We check our hopper. Nothing in there. And nothing in that one. They move so fast into the hopper system that they get distributed so fast because hopper minecarts pull items through super fast compared to just regular hoppers. So if we were to turn this off, it should be all smelting up now and it should be good to go. If we go down here, we can take a look at the birch wood that we put in here. And we have 28 charcoal so far. That's crazy. Oh, I should have built one of these a long time ago. Sweet. So we're glad to have that. And let's take a look and see how even that is with our shulker box storage. And we really need to do something about these mobs spawning. Creeper, please just go for a swim. Don't come back. There we go. Just to make sure he's not going to do anything to us. Let's see how even this looks. Okay, yeah, I could deal with that. The pylons or the circuits, they look quite close. A little bit of a different design there, a little bit more of a gap on the furnace. But it's all very functional, so I'm happy with that. And so I think that's going to be about it for this episode, guys. Hope you did enjoy watching. We now have a storage bay, and it looks quite nice. And we have this other ring to work with in some other episode. I'm going to probably work on a different project next episode. But before I do roll off, check out these maps. So this is this portion of the base. This is the top portion, which looks really cool on the map. Just thought I'd show that off. But you guys take care, have a fantastic day, and we'll see you in a video later down the road.